Hey friends, Andy here. Welcome back to the Slightly Off Script podcast. If you're here for the first time, you are tuning into a great episode this week. Bethany and I dive into how to have awesome date nights on a budget. We are calling this date night hacks. These are lessons that we have learned over the years that have helped us to create great value for not a lot of money in our date nights. I had a great plan for this podcast. I outlined the whole thing. I wrote it all out on the whiteboard, and Bethany went all over the map on this one. You are going to laugh hard. You are going to hopefully get some great ideas. So buckle up for this one. It's a roller coaster ride. Let's get into this week's episode.
Welcome to Slightly Off Script, the marriage show where we remind you that marriage can be stupid good and wicked fun. I'm one of your hosts, Bethany Needham, here with the dance master next to me, Andy.
Now that we're audio only.
If there was video for that whole intro. Guys, the dance move. But first of all, we'd have to change the rating.
You're making things up.
And second of all, I'm going to drug test you after this.
It's been a long day.
Yeah.
Ooh, how are you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you?
We're doing well. We're recording on a Thursday, but for you, it's a Friday because tomorrow morning we are headed to Massachusetts for
My power lift meet.
That's right.
That sounded lame, but I am very excited.
There's nothing that sounds lame about that.
How I said it sounded lame.
Yeah.
Yeah, Thursday. So I have just begun. I'm doing a very quick fast before I weigh in tomorrow morning. I got some goals for this meet. I'm very, very excited.
You've already met one of your goals. Not go to the hospital the week of your meet.
Hey, be careful. Knock on wood. We got a few hours before we leave.
The night is young.
The night is young. Yet. So you're saying there's a chance.
Yeah. This is fun. We get to go and hang out together, and this is a privilege. But today we're going to talk about the times when you may not be able to go away for a night or a week, but how do you have date nights in your marriage? And especially we're going to talk about like hacks to have affordable, innovative, creative, mind-blowing, life-changing, transformational. I don't know. I'm over-promising.
Wow.
We're not going to be able to deliver on that.
That Annie's mac and cheese has a lot of power.
I'm counting on you to come through, Needham.
Okay. No pressure. Yeah. We've been dating for, well, technically not, we've been married for 23. It'll be 23 years. So we've been dating for 25 years.
Our first dates were very inexpensive because we would just go to Walmart and we had no money. So that
True.
made it easy.
And it was simpler times back then. Just sitting in a car with you reaching over to hold my hand while trying to stabilize the car seat that was not bolted down with my feet. It was good times.
Okay. I'm glad you remember it that way. I didn't know where that story was going.
Literally sitting in cars, nothing shady. Because if you go to Walmart from camp, there's a whole bunch of you. Everything's a group date.
Unless you got a camper.
Yeah.
All right. So talking about this topic, this plays into our marriage values, community, authenticity, mission, and play. And I would say it hits a lot of them.
Yeah.
Sometimes we do get to go out with other couples. So you have the community part, authenticity. It's hard to be authentic if you don't spend time together.
Yeah.
Create space. Mission. I don't know. Can you play? Does that tie in?
Yeah. You can be on mission. I mean, there's sometimes that we've done dating that is ministry, but also still dating. So yeah.
That's great. And then play, obviously, in all of its forms.
That definitely happens on a good date night. So, where do you want to start?
Well, let's talk about some of the things that make it difficult.
Okay. Well, different seasons, I think, probably have different things on this list.
Well, one of the common ones is just finances.
Yep.
Like not having a lot of expendable income.
Yeah. So we're gonna talk about a lot, like all over the spectrum. So things that are like, if we have no finances, or hey, we're doing okay and we're gonna splurge or spend on this.
A lot of these are though how to like level up, like kind of have a date that's maybe beyond what you spend, like high value, get value out of it.
Yeah, and be creative.
I'm all about the value. The other challenge is just we're exhausted.
Oh, yeah. Well, there's a couple of things with this. One is sometimes you gotta push through the exhaustion. Grab an energy drink. Let's go. Other times it's actually knowing where to put boundaries in other spaces. We've talked about this on the podcast before, but making sure that we guard energy for one another so that we do have space and energy when it comes time.
Yeah, that we're not always giving each other the leftovers.
Yeah,
That's a good one.
for sure.
And then obviously, depending on stage of life, oftentimes an obstacle for people is these young humans that look like us that live in our house.
Oh, the children.
The children.
Yeah. Yeah, childcare is huge, especially, we have lots of friends, known people who they don't have family that lives around. They don't necessarily have childcare that's easy access, but
Yeah. They make a lot of good like locks these days that you can like use Wi-Fi. I'm just kidding.
they used to
Not
get the joke.
endorsing.
Just leave a bowl of
child
Cheerios
abuse, yeah.
in the toilet seat up, they'll be fine.
Yeah, but this is probably one of the first hacks that we could kind of get into for that specific challenge, which is childcare. But, we have had friends this could be everything from very complex to very simple. On the more complex side, we had a group of friends one time that had an entire system for exchanging childcare based on number of kids. And like, there was like a point system and
Yep.
probably a Google Doc involved somewhere.
Yeah. Yeah, and you could cash in certain babysitting hours
Yeah.
depending on the points earned, and you earn points by watching your friends' kids. I thought it was genius.
It is genius. It's kind of overwhelming to me, but you don't have to start there.
Yeah. But it also, I want to say, made sense because if you have multiple groups of friends that have different amounts of kids,
Yeah.
they wanted it to feel fair. Like if you're babysitting the friend with 6 kids and you have one child, like not all, well, depending on
Is
one
it-
child.
My curiosity though is that like, was it a depreciating system? Like, was the first kid worth 1 and the second kid point like 0.8 and then 0.6?
I don't think they got quite that intricate.
I don't know. I mean,
Maybe.
I know some of the people involved in that. They're pretty smart. So who knows? I'd be curious. So anyway, you can do that type of a thing. That's the more complex thing with a group of friends, but obviously just swapping.
Yeah.
We've done that before where we're like, hey, this week we'll come over and we'll watch your kids.
Yeah.
And then next week you'll watch our kids.
And then even beyond that, if you are like, I don't even have that option, one of the things that we talked about was
Awana. That's good.
actually, that's not bad. There are really good programs that you could put your kids in, or if they're in sports or things like that, utilizing the time that practices are happening.
I'm not going to throw too much shade here, but one of my brothers who lives in the South,
Wow.
Yeah.
I hope he listens. I hope he calls you
he
after
grew up in the
this.
North and there's not a lot of churches here. And so like he discovered in the South that there's so many churches and they all have incredible VBS programs. And so those kids got a lot of VBS
Yeah.
in the
Yeah.
summer.
You can't even
I don't blame him because
you
I mean,
can't judge
it's
that.
not even actually like a lame thing because these are like incredible, like camp level VBS programs. So
Yeah.
kudos.
so-
You got to do what you got to do.
Definitely a really good option. The other one that we had utilized at different times is actually just being disciplined with your kids' bedtime. And for us, it was our kids went to bed very early. We got made fun of, in fact, many times until our friends had kids. And they're like, okay, now I get it.
That's the thing about when you have kids young, like your friends don't have kids the same age. And, every parent gets judgment from their friends. But, we got the judgment of people who were living with all the ideals of not actually having practice parenting.
Well, they're also like, you're so lame. You make your kids go to bed at 7. I was like, yeah, because part of the practice of that was at 7. It allowed us to have space.
A whole hour before midnight. You're
Yeah.
clocked out of that.
Space.
We used to stay up later.
Space, time, energy, all of that when the kids went to bed. So we've done things like feed the kids a really simple dinner.
Okay,
And-
you're getting into it. You're taking my hack. So let's go into this one.
Oh, I wanted to give them the hack.
Okay, this is another hack. So put your kids to bed. Or no, before you put your kids to bed, feed your kids. Good,
Feed
good
your
plan.
kids, yes.
I always remember there's this old SNL skit where it's Kevin Federline. They're pretending they're Kevin Federline, which is the boyfriend of Britney Spears.
Yeah.
And he has this whole thing about things that he's learned about parenting.
Yeah.
And he's like, you need to feed your kids every day.
There's a hack for you.
So feed your kids every day, but you can feed your kids.
Feed them chicken nuggets. In fact, I think that making it like whatever special meal for them that maybe they don't normally like their
one of
favorite
the 4
thing.
things they like to eat.
Yeah, like if this is the nugget shaped like dino kind of night,
Rocket.
feed them their dinner. After they go to bed, do a really nice dinner for you guys. Light a candle. I don't know. Put your seltzer in a wine glass. Make it something special.
Put your wine in a seltzer glass.
Yeah. Whatever, to each his own. So
we've done that though. Like we'll be like, we're getting the ribeye, and the kids are getting nugs.
Yeah.
Cool.
And the kids don't care. They love their nugs. So, but it also just making that time. We didn't have to leave the house. We were in the house. Kids were in bed.
All right. I had a great outline, and you are already destroying it.
I know.
So let's
I went a little off
theme
script.
this one date night stuff that you can kind of do at home, and we'll stay in the food category.
My favorite.
My
category.
whiteboard is now a mess. So another thing though is to have something that you make that's maybe a little bit more involved. And we actually did this together. We did it with our daughter and her boyfriend. I bought on Amazon a very inexpensive little pasta maker thing, like the sort of thing that presses the pasta.
Oh yeah.
And it was hilarious because frankly, we didn't do that great. We made a lot of pasta, and it wasn't until the very end that we really dialed it in. But it was an incredible fun night.
It was an experience. It was a disaster. I was thinking, man, if we had any Italian neighbors that happened to come in, they would be so angry. We have just insulted, but the memories still to this day so fun. And we'll probably have to recover a little before we take that on again. But
I remember we learned how to make like egg rolls, and we would deep fry them. Do you remember that? Early in marriage, that was another one. And obviously today with the world of Pinterest and YouTube, like pretty much anything, you just ask ChatGPT. That's honestly what we do with a lot of stuff. It's like you could probably figure out how to make it and go out and buy the groceries and,
yeah, make it fun. Do something different.
Buy your own pizza oven.
Yeah.
Theme of this podcast.
I know, right?
We need to get solo pizza ovens to sponsor.
I want to know if any of our listeners have actually now considered or gone out and bought a pizza oven, because we talk about it so much. But
well, Mercy came home again this weekend, and what did we make?
Pizza.
That's right.
As we should.
All right. Is there anything else in terms of the staying home? Well, okay. You mentioned one that when we were prepping, that we have not done, but we've seen people do. So maybe we need to do this, but I don't know if we, again, to each his own. But talk about the like painting canvas thing.
Yeah. Can I throw out just a few? I'm just going to throw them out.
Fire away.
Fire away.
Are these all things we've never done?
All things we've never done.
Just defining the category, because I didn't know where you're going to take this ship.
These are things we have not done, but I have seen people that I know that have done them, and it looks fun. It really does. Maybe we need to add it to
At
the
least
list.
online, not social media.
Social media makes it look amazing. One of them is this kind of trend to go buy cheap canvases and paints, maybe at the dollar store or whatever, and then paint one another's portraits, like sit across from each other and paint each other's portrait and then reveal it at the end. I find that hilarious. Another one would be just like a dance night. Like though I was going to say you would never do this, and then the whole intro to this makes me think, you might have a hidden
Vacation Andy would.
Vacation Andy would go dancing. So yeah, instead of going out dancing, just put on music at home and dance and have fun. We have not done those things, but I have seen videos and it seems very sweet and lots of fun. And maybe someday we will give it a shot.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think another thing is like if you're gonna stay home and do like a movie night or something like that, do it creatively. We've done we'll bring the iPad out by the fire. There were times like I remember one of our anniversaries. Do you remember this? We saw little kids at home, and I set up the living room as this whole memory lane with a slideshow, and we put a mattress in the middle of the living room, and we had a camp out kind of a thing.
Yes. That was awesome. That's actually one I would recommend. That was fun. Almost like doing a blanket tent fort kind of thing, but when you're fully grown up and married. So.
And do adult activities.
And do things that you hopefully were not doing in your blanket tent fort when you were little. But
That's not a to each his own.
Yeah.
Okay.
No.
Let's shift topics here. Okay.
I love how off script this has gone.
Oh, this is not just light. All right. Let's talk about hacks for eating out and kind of saving a buck.
Okay.
So my first one would be that dinner is always the most expensive meal.
Yeah.
So if you are able, lunch, typically even at a nicer restaurant, is going to be cheaper. Again, that depends on your schedule. And then breakfast would be a similar thing as
Yeah.
well. So that, like, find a different meal. And then another thing in this space is that, and we still do this to this day, just because sometimes you just don't want to eat a huge meal. Anyway, like going out to a restaurant, like it's hard not to eat like 1,200 calories when you go out to a restaurant.
Yeah.
So we love doing like apps.
Yeah. Sharing appetizers is, and also just one of our faves is happy hours. The places that will do like half price appetizers, they hate to see us coming.
I think we've actually changed some policies at some of these places. But one of the reasons I like the apps thing, even if it's full price or the sort of happy hour half price apps, is you kind of can like order as you go. Like
Yeah.
we'll be like, all right, let's get a couple, let's get wings, and then, oh, they only give you 6. All right, let's order whatever. So you could just kind of like, drive your waiter crazy. But
Well, we're both grazers too, so being able to have a few different
oh yeah,
types of things has always been our preference over just committing to one plate of one kind of food. So,
always a win.
oh yeah.
And then this one is eating out-ish. It's more of a takeout hack, and some people may judge us for this,
Probably.
but I do love a good grocery store sushi.
Yes. And there are quite a few grocery stores. I'm just putting it out there that it's not like the fancy sushi
You can't
places.
compare it. It's like
Yeah, it's its own thing.
It's its own thing. It's never as good as going out to a
Right.
sushi restaurant.
But it's still good.
Yeah.
And you can bring it home and put it on your own plates and make it look all fancy, and it's delightful.
It's a good one.
It's one our kids still ask for. So
Yeah.
we unfortunately have given them not unfortunately, better to give them grocery store sushi taste than restaurant sushi
I'm on
taste.
a restaurant sushi taste with a grocery store sushi
Yes.
budget.
Yeah, exactly. So you're welcome to their future spouses.
Yeah. There's a lot of, like, even the prepared food section at a lot of grocery stores is another just overall great space.
Yeah, I'm giving a shout out to Market Basket. If you live somewhere near, like we have had
Market
Market Basket, their pizzas, like the ones they make there, so I really like them. The sushi has been really good. We love to get the little the little
funny.
sandwiches on the roll. The little
Okay, so 2 things we need to mention, because not all of our listeners are from New England. First of all, Market Basket is a New England institution. They will never have self-checkout. It is like going into a time warp.
love it.
And the prices are good, more for your dollar. And then in the sort of prepared food section, they have these little finger roll sandwiches. It is exactly what you ate at the church potluck or the funeral. It is 100% that. And it is cheap.
Yep.
It's like $3 or less. I think it's $2.69, and you can get imitation crab meat.
Oh yeah, the meat is very fake. But
and
it's so
It
good.
is my drug.
Yeah.
It is like that prize. I think I spend more money getting a Coke Zero with the sandwiches, but it is,
Worth it.
it's a hack. So
Yeah, worth it.
it brings me back to my childhood.
Yeah, I'm a fan. Well, outside of food, I'm gonna throw. Let's put the food aside.
This was a food podcast.
Yeah, except I'm fasting right now, realizing what a dumb idea it was for us to talk about food for an hour.
Let's talk about steak.
Let's talk about the hack of cheap date being thrifting.
Yes.
One of our favorite, since we were before marriage dating, this was something that we've enjoyed doing and continue to. So I'm
All right.
throwing it out there.
I'm going to give a little hot take here on thrifting.
Whoa.
Not all thrift stores are created equal.
Rude.
Very much so. So you have different categories of thrift stores. You have your bougie thrift stores. So Plato's Closet in our area is the bougie
You were
thrift store.
calling out by name.
Calling out. This is category 1.
All right.
And so Plato's Closet, you're going to pay a little bit of a premium, but you're going to find a premium product. It's going to be well curated. All right. So high investment, high value. Level 2, that's level 1. Level 2 is the Goodwill. Used to be a good value, has jumped the shark. No longer a great value. Overpriced crap.
It's other people's crap. That's someone
And it's
else.
overpriced.
It is overpriced.
It's stupidly
I
overpriced.
agree.
I'm thankful for the mission of Goodwill. They do good work. If
At
you want to
bad
go
prices.
at bad prices.
Yep.
And then you have so that's level 2, avoid level 2. Level down from that, Savers. What Goodwill used to be is Savers. Savers, decent value most of the time. You're going to have to do some work. Okay?
Yeah.
A little bit of work, but it's moderate work. It's not a mess. Good value there. Lowest tier,
Yeah, where are we going from there?
Salvation Army.
Oh, I thought you were going to go the dump swap.
It's one level up from the dump swap. It's basically a mess. There's
Yeah.
one person that works there,
Yep.
maybe 2.
I'm
I
pretty
don't
sure
want to. I don't want to judge the people that are there, but so I
I
won't
don't
say
even
anything
think
about
they're
them.
being paid. I think they're just volunteering. They're just out of the
Yep.
goodness of their hearts.
Absolutely, God
Yeah.
bless them, doing the Lord's work. Where you'll find value there, book section, high value. Books are stupid cheap there. You'll find every type of soup for the chicken soul book that's ever been created. There's 900 of them. They'll all be
Preach.
available.
Yes.
In New England, you'll always find great Christian books that somebody gave to their non-Christian friend who then brought them to the Salvation Army.
Mm-hmm.
So you'll find the unread version of The Shack or
Multiple copies of The Shack will
Yeah.
exist. Yes.
and then also some good books. The clothing section, occasionally you'll find a gem there, but it's going to be a little tough. The only other category is the local thrift store, which you've mentioned, Corey's Closet. It doesn't even fit any of those categories. It's just amazing because the people there are amazing, and it just defies
Yes.
categories. So that's my hot take on thrift stores.
Wow. Okay. I enjoyed that tremendously. I don't think any more can be said about thrifting, to be honest.
We have beat that horse into the ground.
Yes.
And
And you should all go on your date days. Just saying. Another one here is if you are of the physical fitness, like to move, be outside, All Trails app is something that I would recommend.
well, the nice thing about All Trails is, depending on your level of fitness, you can actually adapt. You can pick the level of difficulty too.
Yeah.
So if you're like, I just like something pretty level, I want to find a rail trail or something, you can find that on All Trails, and it's on Android, Apple. Or if you're like, I would like to find the hard way up Everest, it's on All Trails.
And I recommend looking at recent comments.
Yes.
And because sometimes what I have found, especially if you live anywhere where seasonally trails can be affected, people are really great on All Trails about going on there and giving you a heads up like, oh, it's flooded, or hey, this says waterfall trail, but we haven't had water in months and it's all dried up. So you're not like disappointed.
And sometimes you'll find some funny reviews too.
Yeah, there are some good ones.
All right. We're going to go for the next category is discounts.
Ooh.
And I would like you to give us the mother of all discounts.
Oh my word, guys. First of all, you're welcome.
Maybe the grandmother of all discounts.
I was going to say the grandmother of all. Okay, so first of all, maybe I can take credit for this, but I can't.
You need to tell the backstory. So
Yeah.
you used to work at a mini golf place.
I worked at a mini golf place. We had this event one day for AARP.
AARP.
AARP. Sorry, I have my braces in, so we're lisping left and right over here. AARP. And so basically it was explained to us, hey, we have this program today. So people who come in, they bring their coupon. They got a free round of golf and an ice cream. Like, that's amazing. So I'm super excited because I think this is going to be the cutest thing ever. All these older people coming in. And granted, a large percentage of them were older people, but all of a sudden this young couple, and I mean young couple, comes in and hands me the coupon. And I was like, I don't mean to be judgmental here,
But I'm judging
but
you.
I'm judging you pretty hard. And I was like, hold up. How are you here for an AARP event? And they informed me that, by the way, you don't actually have to be of any certain age to join AARP. You just have to pay the membership dues.
Which is $12 a year.
Yeah. And then you have access to just be aware of all of these amazing discounts and events and things. And so this genius young couple, who is clearly someday going to have genius children who rule the world, have hacked the system, and they got a free date,
Yep.
free golf and ice cream.
You can join. They have like community events. They list one thing they're great at listing, like farmers markets on there too, which is another great day night or date day. And we are members of the AARP.
We are. We just jumped right in. It used to be like the joke as you're getting older, and now
it's getting less of a joke.
Yeah, we're blowing the lid off this thing, guys. Go sign up. Join us and our people at the AARP.
Not as good a value for date nights specifically, but we also love the AAA, which is good. And then just check for local discount things like our local cinema. Not that we go to see movies in person very often, but on Tuesdays, it's like half price Tuesdays.
Yeah.
So if you can orient around those type of things, you can find a good deal.
Absolutely. Yeah. Social media can be good for this sometimes. Just watch if you're part of your community pages, daily entertainment. Just
that's it.
Those pages. Reading those. Yeah. But also people like posting different things going on in the community and different events, things like that. So yeah, we're all for it. Good discounts.
The last thing that I have on my list is creating a quest. And you've done this a lot by creating a bucket list, which I want you to talk about in a second. But we've also done things where we're like, let's find the best chicken wings in town, or like, let's try all the coffee shops and rate them against, not in one day, because that would be way too much caffeine, but over the course of, that's the nice thing about a quest. It's like, we're not like eating 1,000 chicken wings and drinking 10 gallons of coffee, but over time to be like, find something that you're into. Like, let's find the thing. Like for a while, this was not with you. So not that it was with somebody else. It's not a date thing.
Whoa.
That went off the rails.
You tell.
I've been trying to find the best Italian sandwich in my area, and I do that by myself.
By yourself. To each his own.
It's me time.
Me time.
Okay. I look forward to editing this.
Yeah.
All right.
Oh, good luck.
So similar to that with a quest is you like to create a seasonal bucket list.
Yes. I'm all about the bucket
Not
list.
like before we die, but before the leaves die or the season's over.
Well, I just make the bucket list and then I'm like, if we die, we die. But so far we keep living. So I made another bucket list. I do this typically seasonally. And it started with me realizing that we would oftentimes, at least for us right now, we don't always plan dates in advance because we are empty nesters and the way our lives work. Sometimes we're like, some weeks it feels like every day is a date day, and other weeks it just comes up. And I realized that we had all these things we would talk about, like, oh, we should do that sometime. But then when it actually came time where we were trying to think of something to do, we would,
I don't know, what do you want to do?
Yeah, or we'd end up just doing the same thing. Like we'd, lowest common denominator, I don't know. And so I used our big whiteboard. We have it in the hallway of our house. And I think last year I did this. I wrote down a bunch of things that we had mentioned. Hey, we would love to do this. And when we had a day or a few hours or whatever, I would go check the list and I'm like, hey, is there something on this list that we can tackle? And it was amazing. By the end of last fall, we had actually done all of these things that I honestly don't know if we would have.
I remember we had a day where we were debating whether to go for a hike, and I feel like the bucket list motivated us.
Yeah, we were like, okay, it's on the list. And it was one of the only things left. And so we pushed through, and it was so worth it.
That's great.
And yeah.
I love it. I think that I would say that an application that people could take away from this podcast is to make a bucket list of 3 to 6 things over the next 3 to 6 months that you want to try as a date. You can steal our ideas. You can come up with your own. I'd love to hear from people. Do you have a great date night hack?
Yeah.
Send it our way.
Maybe we'll try it. Maybe we won't. I think we have an overall date night hack that you have.
Saving the gold for last year before we say goodbye.
Yeah. Because we are a marriage podcast. And I think we were talking about this earlier. I think you need to really give the listeners the ultimate date night hack, no matter where they're going, what they're doing.
Well, there are some where you're going, what you're doing.
No, because it's before you go there.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
Okay. How are you gonna present this?
Don't necessarily save intimacy till you're exhausted at the end of your date night.
That was a very professional way to say that.
Yeah. I have
Yeah.
a ministry job.
All we're saying is maybe kick off with play. So
Yeah.
yeah. When I'm at the gym, that's one of the big tips they give you is
What is the tip?
put your energy into the thing that's most important at the start. Don't save it till the end. So I'm just saying, we oftentimes,
Not that this is all the time, but there's times when we're like, let's have intimacy before we go out. And if we get home and it's like, there's no rule that you can't do it again.
Andy tells me that all the time. There's no rules against it. All right.
You're welcome.
So many good hacks. I believe this particular episode really aligned with our slightly off script, where we went way off script. But I had a good time. So
I think there's some good stuff in here. It's
Maybe.
just not in any of the order that I prepared it in.
Yep.
So.
Well, I think we all know that, or we have all discovered that anytime after 5:30, Bethany's ADHD medication has fully worn out of her system. This is what you get.
All right. So if you have an idea for a great date night that we didn't mention, send us a note, send us a comment.
Yeah.
That'd be great. And maybe we'll add it to our bucket list, but make a bucket list. Make it happen. It doesn't have to be every Tuesday night at 7. It could be different times, but don't let a month go by without having a date night. That should be a principle.
And if you try anything that we shared today, let us know. We would love to hear how it went.
Don't give us too much detail depending on what it is that you tried.
We don't need graphic detail, just general.
But have fun.
Have fun, guys.
Bye.
Make good choices. Bye.